Hello again everyone, welcome to my channel. First of all, thank you so much for watching my previous tutorials. Thank you for being such a great support, and please remember, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. And today I just want to show you how to knit this pretty winter hat. It's a very girly winter hat, which I've decided in the last minute to decorate using these little snowflakes, which I made from sparkling thread. And I hope you're going to enjoy it. I hope you're going to try it. It has a great fit and it's absolutely amazing, nice and warm and fluffy. This is what I got left from one bowl of 100 grams of pink, and I've used about 20 grams maybe of white. So this is everything. So basically, if you want to do it in one color, 100 grams bowl or should be enough. And I've added this pom-pom, which is a fur one, but of course if your choice is to make one, it's absolutely fine. You don't need to decorate it. This was just my choice. I've decided in the last minute. I think it makes it look very girly and a bit of fun. And also this design can be adapted so you can make it for toddlers or even babies. So maybe you want to make a gift, like a mother and daughter gift, or I don't know. Just try it and see what you think. Please leave me a message or a comment, or you have my email address in the description of this video. So if you get stuck at any point during this project, just feel free to just drop me an email. I'll be very happy to help you. I hope I've explained it right, and I hope you do enjoy it. So have fun, enjoy. For today's project, we are going to use a chunky with merino yarn. I got here two colors because I'm planning to do the brim in white color, and then I'm going to continue for the body of the hat in this dusty pink, I think it's called. So it's a chunky yarn. It does have some merino combined with acrylic and polyamide, I believe, which makes it very soft and very suitable for my project. My working needles are going to be size 5.5 today. This is what I've used to knit my sample and then made my measurements. This pattern is my own pattern, and I'm just gonna be testing it today for size wise. So this is a 5.5 centimeters. To begin, we're gonna cast on using the white color. I'm gonna use crochet to cast on. I think I presented this method in a previous tutorial for the baby booties. I'm gonna use the same method because again I would like to have a nice and neat edge. I'm gonna leave a little bit of tail so I can sew at the end the white part. You can work this pattern in a round if you prefer. I decided to work in a one-piece flat because I do not have double pointed 5.5 needles, so I'm gonna struggle a bit when I close the project. So I decided to do it flat and then sew it at the end. To begin, we're gonna cast on 83 stitches. For this project, the stitch that I've chose, it's a multiple of 4 plus 1 for symmetry plus 2 for the edges. So we need a multiple of 4 plus 1 for symmetry and then 2 stitches for the edge. So I have 80 stitches as a multiple of 4, plus 1 for the symmetry will be 81, plus 2 more for the edges will be 83. This pattern, it is a very stretchy and flexible pattern, but it won't, it's quite relaxed, so it'll be quite loose. So I've knitted my sample and I've done my measurements, And if you're gonna work with a similar tension, 83 stitches should be perfect for this project. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast on 83 stitches for my edge, and then we're gonna start work. So I'm starting from the bottom, so I'm from the brim, from the bottom of the hat, and I'm gonna work a white brim, and after that I'm gonna continue in pink. So I'm gonna carry on casting on until I reach 83 stitches, and we'll continue after. I've reached my last cast on stitch, so this is my stitch number 83. I have used my crochet, and now I'm gonna do this for my last stitch. And row number 1 is going to be a wrong side row, and we're just gonna, only for this first row, I'm going to knit the first stitch. Okay. And now we're just gonna continue like this. Knit 1, purl 2, 2. I'm working in the Portuguese method, but you can work in any method you prefer. One thing I forgot to mention is I'm making this hat in a size S to M, like a standard size for an adult woman. So if you want to make it bigger, just add a few more stitches, but remember to respect the multiple of 4 rule, +1 +2 for the edges. So if you prefer, you can add like 1 more sequence of the pattern, so 4 more stitches or 8, but depending on which tension you are working with, so I recommend you to knit a little sample first. So knit 1, purl 2, knit 2, 1, 2, purl 2 again, knit 2, purl 2. We're gonna make these tiny cables, only of 2 stitches each. It's gonna look quite cute and girly, hopefully, making a winter girly pink hat. Knit 2, I knitted 1, this is the second one, purl 2, and we just continue like this, purl 2, now I'm gonna knit 2, 1, 2, and continue like this until the end of the row. End of row 1, I've done 2 purls, I hope you can see, and now I'm gonna do 2 knits, so 1 and 2, 2 knitted stitches, and knit the last one, the edge one. Turn your work around. We are going to work on the front, on the right side of the work. Slip the first stitch, purl the next 2, they're purls, so we're gonna purl 1 and 2, and now these next 2 are knitted ones. We're just gonna swap them around, and the way I'm gonna do this, because it's only 2 stitches, so this is a mini cable of only 2 stitches. I'm just gonna release them slowly from my working needle, and I'm just gonna pick the first stitch and pass it through the back, and the second stitch will become the first. And now I'm just gonna knit 1 and knit the second one. Now I have 2 purls, the next 2, just purl them, 1, 2, and then I've reached 2 knitted stitches again. We're gonna do exactly the same. So you can use a third needle if you need to. I could leave the one behind, but I think only for 2 stitches it's actually much faster to do it this way. So I swap them around. Now I'm just gonna knit. Knit 1, knit second one, purl 2, 1, 2. This is my third sequence. Once more, release them slowly. Make sure you don't undo them. And then the first stitch will become the second through the back, and the second will become the first. I just place it back on my left side needle and knit. 1 and 2. Next two are 2 purls. 1, 2, and a mini cable again. So we're gonna do, this is a 2 row repeats. This is it. So we're gonna do this on every right side row. I'll release them slowly. Hold them a little bit if you have to. Take the first one and then swap with the second one. Like this. They're a little bit tight, so careful not when you're working, not to grab both of them by mistake, because I've done that before. And second one, and purl 2. At the moment it's looking a little bit tight and it's not looking much, but I know, but after a few repeats, just be confident, after a few repeats it's gonna look quite pretty. So once more I'm gonna go do it with you. I've released my stitches. I got here 2 stitches. I'll take the first one through the back and the second one through the front, swap them around, knit them. 1 and 2, and then 2 purls. 1, 2. Okay, once more. Release them. Take the first one, and the second one will now become the first. So we swap them. And now I'm just going to knit 1 and 2 and purl the next 2, following the pattern, and continue like this until the end of the row. Reached my last mini cable, so I'm just gonna twist the stitches around as we previously did, and knit 2, purl 1. This is the symmetry stitch. Just purl and knit the edge stitch. Turn around. We are now on the wrong side of the work, and we're just gonna work every stitch as it presents. So slip the first one, knit the next one, and now it's followed by 2 purls. We're just gonna purl 1, 2, and then 2 knitted stitches. Knit. On every wrong side row, we're just gonna work all the stitches the way they present. So we're gonna have 2 purls, 2 knit, 1, 2, 2 purls again. So just follow all the stitches and work them exactly how they present. We don't do any swaps, any twisting, nothing, no cables. So this row is identical to row 1. knit, 2, purl the next 2, and follow the pattern until the end of the row. Ending our row with 2 knit stitches plus the edge stitch, which is knit again. Turn around, front of the work, so right side, slip the first stitch, purl the next 2, they are purl, so we're gonna purl like this, and then I reach the 2 knitted ones, so we're gonna do exactly the same trick. Release them slowly, pick up the first one and swap around with the second one and knit 1 and 2, and slowly starting to form the pattern. Be confident, it's going to look nice. It's just gonna take a few more repeats. So release 2, pick up the first one through the back and swap with the second one like this, knit, purl the next 2, just following the pattern, and continue like this until you reach the end of the row. End of the row, the last mini cable. We do exactly the same like the previous ones, and knit, purl 1 and knit the edge stitch. We have now completed 2 repeats. As I said at the beginning, this pattern is only a 2 row repeats. We have completed 2 repeats. Now we're just going to turn around on the wrong side, work every stitch as it presents, and then on the right side do these little twists. So I'm going to carry on working exactly the same until my brim will measure between 6 to 7 centimeters. I think around 7, but you might as well stop at 6 centimeters, which is a standard size. I'm gonna work around 6.5 to 7 centimeters because I like the brim to be a little bit wider than the standard one. It just folds better and covers the ears basically in the winter, and I think it just sits more beautiful with the hat. But you work as much as required, as much as you think is suitable. So I'm going to meet you again when my work has reached around 6.5 centimeters. Right. My work now measures around 7 centimeters. So I'm just going to show you. I hope you can see I got almost 7 centimeters, which I'm quite happy with. And lengthwise, slightly stretched, only slightly, because these mini cables are still cables, so the pattern itself it's very flexible. So I got here almost 44 centimeters. I don't know if you can see because it's out of the, but yes, I have almost 44 centimeter lengthwise, and this will stretch as we introduce the pattern on the actual body of the hat. I have completed my work in white, finishing on the wrong side. So my next row is going to be a right side row, and I'm going to change colors now and introducing pink. I suppose I can cut my white yarn so I don't need it anymore. I'll leave a little bit of tail so I can hide it later. And we're gonna introduce the second color, which is pink in my case. Of course you can use any combinations you prefer, color combination. So For this first row using pink color, I will knit the first stitch because I normally just slip it, but this time I will knit. So I knit the first stitch as well. This is a little bit loose, but I'll tie it up later. And now we're just gonna knit all stitches, but the only twist to this is that I'm gonna continue as the last row of my pattern on the front side, on the right side. I'm going to, so these two purls I'm going to knit like that, and now I've reached my 2 knits, and I'm gonna twist them for the last time just to complete the pattern, to give it a nice look. So I will still twist them on this last row and then continue knit. So instead of purling, we are now knitting, and swap these two around like we've done so far, like this, and 2 purls we're gonna knit. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't want the transfer row where I've changed the color to be on the front. So it's gonna be here, but when the brim is folded, it's gonna be covered, it's gonna hide it, and it's gonna look alright. So we swap again these two just to give it a nice finish. There we go. Knit the next 2, swap the other 2 and knit them in the opposite order. This, it's very beautiful, this pink. Don't know if the camera shows it through, but it's a very, very nice shade of pink. Oops, talking, and I purled instead of knitting. Here we go, sorry about that. So knit, knit, swap them around, and knit. If you prefer to work in a single color, then just this row, just complete the pattern as usual without changing the color. I'm just gonna continue like this until I reach the end of my row. I have reached the end of my row. I have my last mini cable to twist. Okay, knit, knit, and knit the last stitch, the edge stitch. Now I introduced my second color. I'm gonna just turn around, and this is where the change happens. So once we finished with the brim, actually what used to be the right side of the work, it's becoming now the wrong side of the work, because once our hat is going to be completed, then the brim will fold. It will fold this way, and then the rest of the hat will go up. So this part is going to be the new right side of the work. So as this being now a right side row, don't worry about this one, because the brim is going to cover it. It's going to be like this, and even if you fold the brim all the way to here to the color change, it will still look nice, and this is going to be covered. From now on, I'm just going to reset the count of the rows, because we're going to start the second stitch pattern of this project, and it's going to be a very easy one and very relaxing to work. So first stitch, we're just going to slip, and now we're going to start the repeat. Repeat is knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. That's it. And again, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and we do it like this until we reach the last 2 stitches. So just purled 1, now I'm gonna knit 1. That's all it is, knit 1, purl 1. It's very easy, very relaxing to work, and it's gonna have a very nice aspect when it's completed. For those of you that you prefer written pattern, I'm going to try and leave the written instructions for each row of the pattern in this video description, because I do apologize, but I'm not so good at editing videos, so I don't know yet, I haven't learned yet how to add text into my videos. I'm very sorry for this, I'm just a beginner when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to knitting as well. Actually, I'm still learning, I'm always learning, so I'm just sharing my learning experiences with you. So yes, I'm gonna leave the written instructions for each row in the video description. Maybe some of you will find it easier like this. I'm just continuing like knit 1, purl 1, and I'll do this until the end of the row. Just continue like this. Last 2 stitches of the rows of this row, I've just purled 1 and completed my repeat sequence, and now I'm just gonna knit 1, the one for symmetry, and knit the last stitch as well, and turn around. This is our new right side of the work, wrong side, sorry. This is the new wrong side. It's confusing even for me. So this is wrong side, and this is row number 2 of the pattern, and we're just gonna work all the stitches exactly how they present. So this was a purl, I'm just going to purl. Next one is a knit, just going to knit, purl, again a knit. Yeah, so when we have these tiny V's, that's a knit stitch. When we have this one like round like this, that's a purl. So knit, purl, knit again, purl, and we're just going to work like this until the end of the row as they present. The end of my row, knit 1, purl 1, knit the edge 1, and turn around your work. We're gonna be on the right side now. Okay, so the new right side, I've just discovered the way to remember this. It's here where we twist it and change the color. So this is the right side now. Row number 3, slip the first stitch, the edge stitch, and we're just gonna start the repeat now, which is purl 1, knit 3, 1, 2, and 3, and again purl 1, knit 3. Very easy, very easy, and has a beautiful aspect. So I've knitted 3, now purl 1 again and knit 3, and this is the repeat until the last 2 stitches. Right, last time, purl 1, knit 3, and repeat this. Okay, so I purled 1 and knitted the next 3. Now it's the next one, it's a purl again and knit 3. Okay, continue until the last 2 stitches of this row. Last 2 stitches of this row, I've just completed my last repeat of purl 1, knit 3. Now I'm just gonna purl 1 and knit my edge stitch. Turn around, row number 4 of this pattern. It's an 8 rows pattern, I forgot to mention. I don't know its name. I found it in a knitting book and I thought it's very pretty and nice to use, and it's also beginner friendly and very relaxing. So I cannot tell you the name of it, so you're gonna have to just work with me. Row number 4, a wrong side row. We're just gonna work all the stitches the way they present. So knit 1, purl the next 3. Just gonna mirror what we did on the right side really. Instead of all the knits, they'd show up as pearls and the other way around, so we just follow them. Very easy. Yeah, next I have 3 pearls, so I'm gonna purl 3, 2, 3, it's a knit, I'm gonna knit 3 pearls again, 1, 2 and 3. So we work every single stitch exactly how it presents. Continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. End of row 4, just knit 1 and knit the edge. Okay, row number 5 of the pattern, a right side row. We're just gonna slip the first stitch and start the repeat sequence with knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, all the way. So this is the repeat, knit 1, purl 1, until you reach the last 2 stitches. Last 2 stitches, I've just purled 1, I'm gonna knit 1 and knit the last stitch of my row. Turn around, row number 6 of the pattern, wrong side. Again, as every single wrong side row, we're just gonna work all the stitches the way they present. So purl, knit, purl, knit, and just carry on exactly the way they present. This is how we're gonna work. So knit all the knitting ones and purl all the purls, and continue until the end of the row. Row number 7, right side of the work, we're gonna work like this. I'm just gonna make a little bit of an alteration, just because, well, no, I'm not changing anything, it's just the way I'm explaining. So slip the first stitch, we're gonna do knit 2, 1, 2, and after those 2 we're gonna start our repeat, and repeat is purl 1, knit 3, 1, 2, 3, again purl 1, knit 3, 1, 2 and 3, and just continue like this, and I'll meet you on the last repeat, so on the last 4 stitches of this row. I have reached the end of the row, so this will be the last repeat. So purl 1 and knit the next 3. These were the stitches for the symmetry plus the edge, so they're now kind of included in the pattern, but only for this row. It's just the repeat sequence was easier, so that's all I've done really. I purled 1 and I finished with 3 knitted stitches. And now wrong side, row number 8, which is also the last row of this pattern repeat rows. And for the last row, wrong side, again we're just gonna use we're gonna work every stitch the way it presents. So these are purls, 1 knit, followed by 3 purls. So we're just gonna work every single stitch the way it presents itself, and we just knit the last stitch, the edge one. Continue like this until the end of the row. This is how our work looks like after we completed rows 1 to 8 for this pattern. It's a very pretty pattern, but it will take a few more repeats for it to actually be visible. It's forming like little diamonds here, and we just made 1 row of them and started the second one, but it's not yet completed because we have to continue with the repeats. So for the rest of the work, I'm just going to repeat these rows, the 1 to 8 that we just completed, and I think I'm going to repeat them 5 more times, and then we meet again to do a measurement, because my desired height for this hat will be around 23 to 24 centimeters, but we have to take into consideration that the brim will be folded, will be like this, so it will be included in the total height of my hat. So for that to happen, because it has around 7 centimeters, but let's say we're not going to fold all of it, just going to fold around 6 centimeters maybe. So that's going to leave us with 18 centimeters for the difference. But as I said, if I do the math, it will take that I have to repeat this pattern sequence for around 6 times. But I'm afraid it's going to be too high, so the hat will end up being too big. So I'm going to repeat it 5 times, 5 more times, the rows 1 to 8, and we meet again and we measure. So continue repeating this pattern. I'm going to repeat 5 more times, and then I will measure to see how it looks like, if I need to repeat once more, or I have to start shaping the crown of the hat. So continue working rows 1 to 8 at least 5 times. I've just finished repeating my pattern for 5 more times, and I'm just gonna measure it now. I hope you can see, and it's got 27.5, nearly 28 centimeters. So almost 28 centimeters. I'm quite happy with this because, as I said in the beginning, my desired height will be around 23 centimeters. If we take out the brim and another, let's say, around 2 centimeters for the crown shaping, we should end up with the right height. If you want to make it like longer, you can carry on and repeat 1 more time, but I'm gonna stop here. And on this row, so I finished the last row number 8, which was on the back of the work, so wrong side. Now I'm in the front, and I'm gonna start shaping the crown of my hat. To shape the top of our hat, or the crown, we're just gonna have to start doing some decreases now. So I have decided to somehow complete these last little diamonds that we have here, and I'm gonna do like this. Slip the first stitch. Now for the next 2, I want to decrease one of them. For those of you that work in English method, the next one will be a slip, slip, knit. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to work them through the back. So work two together, knit two together through the back. The ones, those of you working in the English method, just do a slip, slip, knit. I'm gonna purl the next one, knit one, and then again decrease, knit two together, and I'm gonna knit them through the back like this. Purl one, knit one, slip, slip, knit, or in my case knit two together through the back of the loops. Like this. Purl one, knit one, knit the next two together through the back, or slip, slip, knit. Purl one, knit one, knit two together again, knit them through the back. So I wanted like a finish of this little diamond. We'll continue. Purl one, knit one, knit two together through the back, and again repeat the sequence. So I'm going to carry on until the end of my row, doing exactly the same thing. Purl one, knit one, knit two together. I'm going to knit through the back. You can do a slip, slip, knit if you're working in a different method, and just continue till the end of the row. I have reached the end of the row, so I'm on my last 4 stitches. To continue with my repeats, I'm just gonna purl one, knit one, and then I'm gonna knit the last 2 together, and this will be my last decrease on this row. Okay, so the edge stitch together with the one before him, and this is it. We've done our first row of decreases. Turn your work around, and on the wrong side we are not going to do any decreases now. We're just going to work every stitch the way it presents. So slip the first one as usual. Next one is a purl, so I'm just going to do a purl. Next one is a knit, we'll do a knit, purl 2, the next 2 purls. So we're going to work every stitch the way it presents until the end of the row. Purl 2, knit 1, and just continue exactly like this. No decreases on this row. Completed my wrong side row. If you remember when we started our project, we started with the 83 stitches. Now after our first set of decreases, we should have 62 stitches remaining on the needles. For the next row, I'm just going to slip the first stitch. Actually no, we're just gonna knit 2 together, so the first with the next one, because it's the first sequence of our pattern. So I'm gonna knit these first 2 together, then purl 1, then knit the next 2 together again I am going to knit through the back of the loops. If you're working English method, you can do a slip knit. Okay, purl 1, knit 2 together again. I'm going to knit them through the back of the work like this. Purl 1, knit the next 2 together. I am going to knit through the back because I want this closure to my little diamonds. So we're just adapting the pattern basically so we can finish off nicely. So I want this one to be more visible. That's why I'm knitting them through the back of the loop. Purl 1, knit the next 2 together. I'm doing it through the back. You can do slip knit and just continue. I'll meet you at the end of the row. I have reached the end of my row. I've just done a decrease and now I have to purl 1, and we started the row with a decrease, so now we're just going to close it with a decrease as well. So I'm just going to work these 2 together through the back of the loops. There we go. And that is nice. Turn around, wrong side, again, no decreases. We're just going to work every stitch the way it presents. So first one is a knit. Well, I've slipped the first one. Second one is a knit, then it's a purl, then it's a knit, purl, 1 knit, 1 purl until the end of the row. I've turned my work around. I'm now again on the right side of the work. So after the second row of decreases that we previously done on the right side, we got 41 stitches left, and this is another decrease row. I am going to start by knitting 2 together. So we're just gonna knit 2 together now. Let's knit them through the back. Sorry, I forgot a little detail. So knit 2 together through the back, and now I have a knit and a purl. So we're gonna knit both of them together through the back. Knit the next 2 together. Again, if you're working English method, just do a slip knit. Knit 2 together, knit 2 together. Just gonna carry on until the end of the row. Just gonna decrease half of our stitches now. Continue like this until the end of the row. End of the row, I got 3 stitches left, so I'm just gonna knit these 2 together. My stitches are a little bit tight at the moment. And knit the edge one. Turn around, wrong side of the work, slip the first stitch, and we're just gonna purl all stitches now. We're not gonna do any decreases on the wrong side, so just purl until you reach the end of the row and knit the last one. I've turned my work around. This is our last right side row. As you can see, we only have a few stitches left. I believe it's 21, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21. Because we started with an odd number of stitches, that's why. So for this one, I'm gonna slip the first one and then just knit 2 together. It doesn't matter which way you prefer, just knit two together. I'm just gonna knit them normally. This is our last decrease, so we're gonna end up with 11 stitches at the end. So continue to knit two together, including the last two. Last row of our project, just slip the first one and purl all stitches except for the last one, which we are going to knit. So just purl, 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 and the last one knit. We should have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 stitches as I predicted. And this was it. Our project is almost complete now. I'm just gonna cut my yarn and I'm gonna leave a little bit of a tail so I can sew my hat together. So this is what we're gonna do next. I hope you can see. I'm just gonna leave a generous tail. I haven't measured it, but and with the end of this tail of yarn, I'm just using a knitting needle. What I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna pick up all my stitches like this on the knitting needle so we can close them nicely. There we go, finish with these and just pull through all the way. And to add a little bit of extra security, I like to go through my stitches one more time. So before you pull tight, if you want, of course, I just think it just adds a little bit of extra strength, especially here at the top where we're gonna place our pom-pom as well. And just in case, I like it to go through these stitches twice. So I've just gone through them one more time. You can see I have here one tail of yarn, and now I'm gonna have one more, and then just pull gently, and now just squeeze, and they will tighten up quite nicely, as you can see. If you worked in the round, once you've done this, your hat is finished. But because I've worked it flat, now I'm just gonna have to sew it together, which is not very difficult, and with this type of pattern it's gonna look nice. It's not gonna be much difference. So with the tail that I have attached here, I'm just gonna do a few more sewing here at the top, just to make sure my end here is nice and tight and it's not gonna give in over time. You know, after washing and all that, this project will still need blocking. I'm gonna measure it in a minute, but I have worked with this yarn before and I know it's pretty good. So even if it's not blocked, I know my measurements should be okay, spot on. So I'm just gonna go once more here because I'm planning to sew a button as well for my pom-pom. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this. As you can see, it looks quite symmetrical, doesn't look too bad. This is the wrong side. And now I'm just gonna continue sewing my hat, just normal sewing, nothing special. If you see, like I have here, I have a stitch that is a little bit loose when we did all the decreases, so I'm just gonna go through here and go through here once more, just to tighten that up a little bit. Don't want a visible hole in there. Just do what you need to do really to make your project look well and good. If you worked in the round, you're probably not going to have this problem, but I did. I'm just gonna try and squeeze through here. Yep. And find the right stitch, which is here. And I'm just gonna continue putting together my hat. And I'll see you when I'm done. And after sewing it all together, I waved my ends in, and I'm back to show you the final result of our work. I don't know if camera does it justice, but I want to tell you it's a very, very cute hat. Especially the color combination, it looks very, very nice, and it's got the perfect fit. At least for me, it just fits perfectly. It sits over the ears, and the pom-pom sits nicely on top of your head. It just looks very good, I think. I like it very much. I'm quite happy with the final result. I just want to take a final measurement for you to show you how much it measures. So it's got a 22 here, but also I folded brim all the way, so when it's worn it's more likely like this. So it's got almost 23, but it fits perfectly. There we go, got 23 like that, and it looks very pretty. One thing I have done after sewing it together and waving all the ends in, I'm not very good at doing this, and I'm gonna show you. I put I don't know which method you use for these fur pom-poms, but I like to add a button inside, so then they can be removed for washing. I have to tell you, this is not a work of art. I'm not very proud of it, but this is what I've done inside. I just added a big button because it's a big pom-pom, and I just want the elastic to be quite tight around and make sure it doesn't give in. So I know it's not very pretty, but it does give the proper support for my pom-pom. So this is how it looks like, and I also have a little surprise. My creativity had a last minute kick in, and I thought I can add a bit of sparkle, like winter sparkle. So I made these little guys. I've been trying to make some glittery snowflakes for quite a while now, and I had this glittery thread. It's not exactly a yarn, so I had a go of doing a few of these just to see how they will sit on my hat, and I think I'm gonna add them all the way around. I haven't worked out the pattern just yet. I just wanted to show you, and of course they're optional. The hat is absolutely gorgeous without them. I just thought I'll make it a bit more girly and a bit more winter sparkling. So I got here two types, two patterns. I don't know how you see it on the camera. This is more like, I think it's called champagne. So it's not an orange, but it's not golden, it's something in between. And they're gonna sit probably something like this. I don't know, maybe two on the front, two on the back. I'm gonna have to work it out. But these are optional. I will make a little video just to show you, in case you're interested. I'll make another separate tiny tutorial to show you how to make them, if you prefer. If not, it's absolutely perfect the way it is. It's very nice, doesn't need anything else. This is just my idea, really. And yeah, this is the final result. I hope you're gonna have a go at doing it. It's very easy to make, and the result is really, really nice. It does take a while, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's not a ridiculous amount of time, and it's good fun. an easy pattern that looks very nice, and I do hope you're gonna try it. And please leave me a message and let me know if you did and how it turned out, if you're happy or not. Of course you can try other combinations. I might make one in teal. I was just thinking I might make one in white and teal combination, or maybe blue. If you do give it a go, please leave me a comment and let me know if you're happy, if it turned out alright. You can send me a picture, drop me an email. You have my email address in the description of this video. And you can also find me on Facebook. Or if you get stuck at any point and you don't know how to continue, leave me a message. I read them every day and I'll do my best to reply as soon as possible and give you all the details. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and I'll see you soon for my next tutorial. Thank you. Bye.